Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Royal Sussex Live. Welcome, one and all. Okay, let me grab my slides here. And you know what else? Why don't I put the microphone in front of me instead of behind me? That is usually helpful. I seriously had the microphone behind my back. Let me see here. Sometimes I push it out of the way and I really give it a good power push. So, okay. All right. So I'll get that going and then I'm going to see who's here. Wow. You know what? I just looked at the calendar. Today is September the 11th. I know it's the 11th, but until I see it spelled out in letters and numbers, well, I don't really think about it. Letters or numbers, should I say. I don't really think about it that much. But everybody has the story about where was I when I heard. I tell you right now, knowing me, I was probably, you guessed it, sleeping. I was asleep. I slept through it. And when I woke up around, I guess, 10 o'clock, 10 a.m., something like that, that's when I found out what happened. It may have been later. I think it was later than that. Probably more like 11 or 12 o'clock. But I was working nights at the time, so it wasn't unusual for me to sleep later in the day. Okay, so I'm sure you guys can hear me. And I'm going to see who was here first. Lucy Wynn, thank you so much for being here first. Helen Marmon, yes. Joyce Anderson. Dan Speed is here. And who else? Ulibi, Nobi D, Lady T, Annie Bullard. Okay, very good. Thank you, Sonia Johnson. And Antonio is here. All right. So, Connie Balmer! I haven't said it in forever. Connie Balmer. Let's see. Black Queen is here. Very good. Kanitha Ash. And Gormley. Okay. Sharon Chung. Bright Eyes, PB and J. Okay. Oh, Connie Balmer, you know you're such a charmer. Oh, that sounds almost religious, doesn't it? Oh, Connie Balmer, you're always such a charmer when you appear on Royal Sussex. That's pretty bad. That's not one of my finer remakes. Okay. Okay. Teresa McDougall, hi. Lydia Washington, Sherry Ware, and let's see, Andrea Allen. Connie Balmer, thank you so much for the super sticker, and thank you so much for watching Royal Sussex. And hello, Elaine Parker. Thank you so much for being here. Kind of snuck in here early today, didn't I? Oh, you guys have no idea. I guess I'll tell you when I get done, and then that way you can say, "Oh yeah, I kind of noticed that." Okay. The thrill of super chats on my MacBook. Okay, that song's not working. The thrill of super chats on my StreamYard screen. I'm glad I saw that. Caused my bell I ring. All right, all right. I promise that is the last song I'm gonna remake today. Rick, thank you so much for the super chat, and thank you so much for being here. Hey, Church Nelly, you're here too. Tesla and Dawkins, thank you for being here. Okay, okay, so let's get on with it. Back in 2009, was it? A young prince from the United Kingdom came to these United States to visit us in the city of New York. As a matter of fact, knowing him, he was handpicked by his grandma to come to New York and visit the ground zero. So it says here, oh, by the way, let me open up another screen so I can see what you guys are seeing. So I don't get lost here. Uh, all right, got another screen. Gonna move it over there. Perfect. All right. So as I was saying, back in 2009, young Prince Harry, a real live authentic prince of the realm, came to visit New York City, probably at the request of his grandmother, who really depended upon him to be the face of the British royal family to the youth and also to the Commonwealth, apparently. Let's see. I heart Sussex World. I love Sussex World. Thank you, Baron. Confused, but I'm here for anything you do. Well, listen, I heart Sussex World. If you're confused, imagine being me for about 10 minutes. Oh, I tell you, sometimes I don't know my behind from a hole in the ground till I have to go. All right, so let's get back to Harry. Uh, paying his visit to New York City, Prince Harry visited Ground Zero on Friday. Again, this was 2009, May the 29th, 2009. Um, Harry visited Ground Zero on Friday and planted a small magnolia tree at the British Memorial Garden in Lower Manhattan. The 24-year-old prince, whose late night exploits, oh my God, they were already doing it back then, and partying have occasionally embarrassed the British monarchy. And believe it or not, this is the New York Times, was on his best behavior while under close scrutiny by dozens of British journalists who traveled to New York for the occasion. Of course, they did. Harry, who is third in line to the throne, arrived at the World Trade Center site about 12:35 p.m. and stayed for about half an hour. He spoke with family members of 9/11 victims. John Lennon. Oh my goodness, was he still alive then? John Lennon. Huh, that John Lennon? Michael Eichen, David S. Barry, Joseph Amatuccio, and a very kind gesture on his part, Chip Calori, Mr. Amatuccio's sister, oh, his sister's name is Chip, said of the prince visit, for him to realize that this is a sad but important part of our history. He laid a wreath of peonies and yellow and white roses, bowed his head for several minutes at at a spot overlooking the 9/11 memorial under construction. So let me show you what that looks like. Now, as you can see, it is a very clean shaven Prince Harry. To give you an indication of how long ago that was. 24-year-old Prince Harry. There he is right there. First, he hung the wreath on the fence, and he also included a letter. And you know what? Gosh darn it, I've seen that before, and I don't have a slide of it right now, but I know I've seen it before because I made a video about his visit before. But there is a message on the reef that was left to the people of New York and the people of the United States. So if one of you intrepid viewer listeners to Royal Sussex could take the time to research that, Harry lays the reef at ground zero, maybe you can put it in the comment section for us. I would appreciate it. But if not, it's okay. But that's basically what it said. Did not think about that until just now. But yeah, they took a photograph of it. So I don't know what became of the reef after, a certain amount of time. Well, of course, the flowers were not going to last forever, but I'm assuming that because it is a construction site, at some point they had to move it. But as you can see, Harry was quite dignified during this visit. And, everything that we know of since, I guess, that time is kind of painful to hear him referred to as some type of court jester when we all know the pain that he was going through himself. Now, if you guys remember the book Spare, you probably remember that he was in school at the time and that there was a common break room or recreational room, and everyone watched the towers collapse on television. So even from a couple thousand miles away, it had an impact on him just like everyone else, especially when you consider that his mother had just died, 4 years before that. And I'm guessing he probably turned 16, 17 at the time. So yeah, imagine the impact that may have had on him away from, oh God, I almost hate to say it, his family, but away from his family. So, okay. Did anyone find it? I'm looking. But don't wear yourselves out. It's okay if you don't, if nobody can find it. But oh, thank you very much, Karen M. You get a bell. The Reef said, in respectful memory of those who lost their lives on September the 11th, 2001, and in admiration of the courage shown by the people of this great city on that day. Wow. Thank you so much for that, Karen M. And I got a feeling that Harry is probably proficient when it comes to writing things. I have that feeling because if he's speaking from his heart, which of course he probably is, then I could only imagine what he's capable of. Hello, Rochelle. Let's see, Marara. Thank you so much for being here. And if you take a look here, here's yet another private moment of reflection with dozens of photographers and officials and stuff around. But such is the nature of being a royal prince. No matter what you're feeling on the inside, there's always people there. So I guess the only thing that you could say is that, well, he is kind of used to it. But then again, I don't think he ever really got used to it. And you can see from the look on Harry's face right there how emotional this visit was for him. Now, remember, Ground Zero in 2009 was a construction site before they even came up with the idea of rebuilding or what to rebuild. They were actually working on a memorial in the footprint and the old sub-basement of the original World Trade Center. So there, it goes pretty deep into the earth there. And that is what they use to create the visitor center. And who knew that one day that Harry would return to Manhattan and he would actually be married. He would be able to make that trip back to the United States and even live here in the United States. And not only that, the next time he came to lay a wreath at what was Ground Zero and now the memorial site, he has his wife with him. So, how much had times changed for him since 2009? You fast forward to, oh gosh, what was this, 2021? I think it was 2021. You fast forward to 2021, and there he is with his wife. And he's got a son at home. How amazing is that? So there is a happy ending. There is a happy ending for him, for all of the service that he put in for that family, that he would be able to come back and have a family of his own. So it's what he always wanted, was to have a wife and to have children. And it's just so wicked to think that there are people within his own family who would have denied him that, would have tried to talk him out of it, would have tried to convince him that it just wasn't something he should consider. But he showed them wrong. He proved how wrong they were with the assumptions that they made about him. And right here, Harry visited, I believe that was the closest fire station, emergency services to the World Trade Center. And of course, some of those firefighters you see there, they actually lost some of their comrades. They may not have originally worked at that particular firehouse. They may have worked someplace else, but there were, I forget the number, was it like some 200 firefighters that died that day? And when you consider the dedication that they had to go scaling up the steps of those buildings. Now, remember, during an emergency, there's no elevators. They prohibit the use of elevators, not to mention it just wasn't wise. So with about 100 pounds of gear, those firefighters were going up while people were coming down, never to be seen again. So imagine 24-year-old Harry listening and observing and learning about all of the things that they had gone through as a city, as emergency service workers. Imagine all of the things that they must have learned, or he must have learned that day. And those are actually the same suits, but the other photo on the left is a bit dark. But the crowd took to Harry like you could not believe. Well, I'm sure you would. I'm cooking. I don't mind the smoke, pork chop. Pretending to be that girl. Oh, okay. Well, thank you so much for being here, and I'm glad we're keeping you company. 343 firefighters? Oh my goodness. I thought the number was around 200. That is devastating to a city even as big as New York. That is devastating. And if you take a look here, you can see they presented Harry with an Engine Company 10, Fire Department, New York City, Ladder 10 t-shirt. Yeah, they presented him with a t-shirt. And it wasn't until that point when he was able to meet the firefighters and that he was able to talk to them. Now he's, after all of that, he's actually able to smile. So I'm glad that this ended with a smile, this visit that he had, because, it's, I'm sure it was a lot. He saw the same stuff that everyone else saw on television. And of course, the children. The children took to Harry like he was a real Disney prince. And then on the right side, you can see where he plants the magnolia tree in the British memorial garden near the ground zero. So also, you will notice, not to sound, like that person, but you would notice, as I said before the other day, um, Harry was not in tailored suits at that time. If he was, it's hard to tell. But yeah, he did not have the resources that other members of the family had, and I don't think he cared one way or the other. He was there to serve his country, to serve his grandmother, and that was all that mattered. But it bothers me a bit that no one took the time to help him find, you know, out certain things. I mean, anyone who leaves school with their possessions in a bin liner, um, coming from that family, that is pretty sad. So, but um, now I don't know if this was the same visit where Harry went to the Arlington National Cemetery. I believe it was the same visit when he went to um, visit the White House, and he even went to Arlington National where he laid a wreath. Now, Harry mentioned that one of the things that he really enjoyed about going to the Arlington National Cemetery was the fact that the wreath laying there is so different from the United Kingdom. At home is something that you do yourself, whereas in the US, when a dignitary lays a wreath, it is done in tandem with a military officer. So that, that kind of sets it apart. And so you have this connection between the British military and the American military, which I think, in terms of symbolism, um, is pretty important. I think it says a lot, as they say, between the U.S. and the U.K. There's that special relationship, and the UK is not our oldest ally. That actually belongs to the French. But in terms of a common language and culture and such, for the most part, definitely the UK. But then again, there has been a long, heavy influence of French here in the US as well. If you go to the Midwest and the further you go south toward New Orleans, you'll find that there are so many streets and parks and cities and towns that have a French name. And that was not by accident. That's because you guys may have heard that thing called the Louisiana Purchase. But yeah, so that's probably why. Okay, so but yeah, I love that photo of Harry at JFK's grave. I thought that was pretty cool. All right. Well, I'm looking right now because I want to know. I'm embarrassed. I did not sort that out before I came on, but I'm trying to figure out what year did Harry go to the White House for the first time. I know he went there while Michelle Obama was there. And Michelle Obama actually, and he went to the Capitol building. Do you guys remember that? Okay, May the 9th, 2013. That was that visit. So I wonder if it wasn't until 2013 he went to Arlington National. I don't recall. Well, I tell you what, I'm going to do what I usually do. Somebody find out, will you? See what year he went to Arlington National. Would you? Thank you. Okay. And then I love this image. You guys, it was a very solemn occasion. It was a very solemn occasion when Harry made the visit to Ground Zero. It was a very solemn occasion when he went to Arlington National Cemetery. But I have to say, Harry looks like he's straight out of Central Casting. And if you don't get that reference, straight out of Central Casting, that is an old term that has been coined from the days of the old studio system for the major motion pictures. When someone looks like they are in a character for a movie, like they look so perfect that they don't look real. They look like a character, not a real person. Um, Kind of like if you have a date and your date looks like, oh wow, let me see, like your date looked like Clark Gable, and someone would say, wow, he looks like he's straight out of Central Casting. Or let's say your date looks like Marilyn Monroe, straight out of Central Casting. So when you see someone that looks so perfect in a uniform, that's what comes to mind. Of course, not to take away the dignity of the uniform or the person, but that is a phrase that people have used from time to time, straight out of Central Casting. Let's see. Black Queen says, Baron, our dearest Elaine Parker just had a nasty fall. She is in the chat. We are trying to convince her to go check herself out. Elaine, Elaine Parker, I know the shock of me being on this early may have gotten the better of you. But the thing is, first we have to assess, did you bump your head? Secondly, are you bruised? Are you bleeding? These are the things that have to be assessed. And also, if there is someone who can come and check on you, I always say it's better to look a person in the eye after a mishap. That way you can know better. You don't look yourself in the eye. You need someone else to do it. So, Elaine, don't take any chances, especially if you bumped your head. So, a pound of, what is it? Ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. So better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. So please do, you know, let someone close to you know that you have had a fall. And if you feel as though you need to go to the, what do they call it? To the surgery? Isn't that what you call a clinic or emergency room? Anyway, if you feel like you need to do that, don't just feel like it, do it. So that's my best precaution. Have someone look you in the eye. And I'm so sorry that you had a fall. And again, I feel partially responsible for coming on so early, seeing that I've been coming on closer to the next day every day for the past week. Yeah, it's the shock of it, I know. Helene Groen. Let's see, what a wonderful time for a podcast. You got that right. And when I'm done, I will tell you how this happened. I'd rather keep it to myself for now. Okay. Oh, and by the way, Black Queen, let me see, how long has it been? 15 months? Thank you so much for 15 months of membership. Okay. All right. So there you go. There is the Sussexes when Harry and Meghan went to the newly built One World Trade. I believe that's what they call it. And as you can see there, the memory of time, let me see, something from the memory of time, Virgil. I don't know what that says. But yeah. And I've been there too. That's the weird thing is I've been there and I don't know what that thing said. Okay. Yes, go to the hospital, Elaine. Exactly. Please go and check out the ball. Yes. Yes, that's my best. I got so angry with someone years ago when I had an emergency. And you know what I got? All right, let me know what the doctor say. Let you know what the doctor says. Let you know what the doctor said. I have, I'm a Scorpio. I haven't forgot, and I'm just waiting. I don't care if it takes me another 20 years. I don't care how long it takes. Oh, actually, I did get even already. I think I actually said, let me know what the doctor says. Yeah. Okay, never mind. I don't have to do my whole song and dance about being a Scorpio. Y'all know how shady we are. Oh my goodness, let me scroll. I'm like way behind. All right. And then, of course, that was the Sussexes walking across the Memorial Plaza of the One World Trade. They're by the fountains. Now, those fountains are actually in the footprints or made into the footprints of the original Twin Towers. There are two of them. If you ever have a chance to go there, please do. It is very solemn, it is very stoic, it is very quiet. People speak in a whisper. People do a lot of reflecting. The names of all of the victims are actually cut into the steel, and the names, of course, are facing toward you as you look at the water. Anyway, it's beautiful. The sound of the water sounds amazing. It's so quiet and so comforting, and the area with the trees and such and the water, it really muffles the sound of the city around you, so you would almost forget that you're in lower Manhattan. And this is Harry and Meghan. Those are the retaining walls. Those retaining walls are like an inverted bathtub. They're actually holding the damp out. Those big gigantic boats that you see behind them, I believe that those were either added after the first attempt to tear down the towers, because when they tried to use the vans on the tower, it actually cracked the foundation, but it didn't fall, of course. But it cracked the foundation, and there was water pouring into the sub basement of one of the towers, and or was it both of the towers? But either way, one or both of the towers, there was water that was flooding in, and so part of the um, you know emergency work that they had to do at that first attempt was to try and keep the river from flowing into the basement of the building. So I believe those boats that you see back there, those are actually used to hold it together, um, or to brace it in some kind of way. Anyway, of course, the building reopened for business and it was used until 9/11. But the walls are probably 20 feet thick, if not bigger than that. But yeah, it's like a big inverted bathtub. Instead of keeping water in, it's keeping water out. And so they're using that as part of the memorial. I didn't go into that part of it. I wish I would have, but I think it was closed at the time. So I didn't get a chance to see that part of it. But when Harry first came to Manhattan, this was just this was part of the big hole in the ground. They had to pull all that debris out of there. So once again, Harry is able to go to New York with his wife. It's a whole nother time and place. And of course, still, I'm sure he reflects on everything that he experienced from that first time he went to the ground zero. Now, then, of course, there was his speech at the Intrepid. When he went to the Intrepid Museum, that was not his first visit there. That was actually, I believe, his second visit to the Intrepid Museum. And I want to say that lady behind him, I can't remember her name, but I do believe that she is part of the board, or if not the chairman of the board or whatever for the Intrepid Museum. So there's little 24-year-old Prince Harry giving a speech in front of all of these dignitaries, and he handled it like a champ. Now, as you know, Harry is more polished when it comes to public speaking than ever before. But let me tell you something. If he was lacking confidence, you know, you could leave it to his youth and not so much a lack of confidence. He looks very, very comfortable to me. Now, of course, as I said, he is more polished since he married the love of his life. But before that, Harry handled his business. Let me just say that Harry handled his business. There was a reason why Harry was handpicked and selected to go on these trips and not his brother. And it wasn't necessarily because his brother didn't want to do it. It was probably best if his brother didn't do it. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Harry handled his business, and that is why we're so proud of him. But yeah, so when he went there last time with Meghan, that was not his first time at the Intrepid Museum when they went for that gala. This was a little luncheon that they had there. And then once he was done speaking, look at how he was swarmed by all of these New Yorkers who could not get enough of him. Huh? How's that? They could not get enough. Notice that most everyone in the crowd is like in his orbit or waiting for their turn to get there. And there's little Harry with all the charisma that he inherited from his mother, and taking it in his stride. And of course, being his mother's child, being that Spencer gene, he connected with a wounded soldier. Um, and it's just like there's nobody else around. I mean, just if you notice, it's as though there's nobody else around. And that is the real beauty of Harry's military service. And I don't even know. Let me see. If he was in there for 10 years, I don't think he was even in the service at this time. I don't think so. No, I don't think so. How old was Harry when he went to the service? But I don't think he was in the service yet. Um, but either way, there is that connection. You know, Harry has always had a toe in military service. So, very cool. And I love this photo right here. I don't know why when I look at this photo, I'm seeing Camelot. I'm seeing John Kennedy. That's what I'm seeing. Or is it I'm seeing John Kennedy? I don't know. Either way. But yeah, I love that. Very impressive young man. And as you know, there were people who realized Harry's gift long before he realized it. Like, for instance, Harry received an award. Um, Let me see, was that at the. Well, anyway, it was presented by Colin Powell. And he felt as though he was a little too young to accept this award. He didn't feel like he was worthy of it. But if you ask me, Colin Powell, who was actually a friend of Princess Diana, Colin Powell just knew. People knew that Harry was destined for great things, not because of being a member of the British royal family, nay, but because of his own talent. And of course, I feel like Colin Powell could probably tell you better than I can. Um, Let me see here. Yeah, I think Colin Powell could tell you better than I can. There we go. Now, I'm not going to play the whole thing. I'm not going to play the whole thing. I just want to get to Colin Powell.
A young man who has grown up not just with good looks and also royal privileges. It would have been easy for him to choose a life of ease and leisure. Instead, he chose a more difficult path. And by so doing, he has become an example to millions of others. It is a path that fully embraces the noblest traditions of service to his country and to his fellow human beings. On the one hand, Prince Harry has bravely followed the tradition of generations of British royals before him by serving his country in the military. He has been an Army officer in the British Army since 2006 and deployed with the Household Cavalry Regiment Battle Group to Helmand Province in 2008. During his time there, he served in the front lines, directing British and American aircraft onto enemy targets. He has shown that he knows what it means to lead by example, even when it means possibly paying the ultimate price.
So there you go. Apparently, he was in the service at that time. 2006, and he was in New York 2009 for the Ground Zero. So the Queen actually had him between his service to go to New York City. How impressive is that? Not William, certainly not her other son, but Harry. She trusted Harry. When the Queen wanted to save the Jamaica for the Commonwealth, who did she send? She sent Harry to defuse the situation. The royal family made a terrible, terrible mistake. They made a terrible mistake, and I'm so glad they did, because the idea that Harry would be subject to those vipers, those unappreciative vipers, just leave it there. I'm so glad. I'm so glad that he's out of that. Now let's hear from Ken Fisher. Let's hear from Ken Fisher. There's Ken. You know what? Let's start off with Lloyd Austin. Yeah, might as well get it from the mountaintop. Lloyd Austin, I tell you. Okay, I'm trying to get to just the right
and
place.
Heart to lifting up service members from around the globe.
And Prince Harry, thank you for your service during 2 tours in Afghanistan with the British Army and for being a champion of veterans in this community.
I'd now like to introduce Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex, who's a humanitarian, mental wellness advocate, environmentalist, and military veteran. As co-founder of Archwell, he is focused on driving systemic change across all communities through nonprofit work as well as creative activations. The mission across Archwell, which currently includes Archwell Foundation, Archwell Productions, and Archwell Audio, is united behind the deeply held belief that compassion is the defining cultural force of the 21st century. In fact, Prince Harry has dedicated his life's work to advancing causes that he is passionate about. He is the founder of the Invictus Games, a platform for wounded, injured, and sick service personnel to use sport as part of their rehabilitation, something I know a little about, as well as Travelist, a nonprofit entity comprised of several of the largest online travel agencies in the world. Additionally, he co-founded Santa Bali with his dear friend, Prince Seso of Lesotho. in memory of their mother's charitable work in combating the HIV crisis, and serves as president of the African Parks, a non-governmental organization focused on protecting Africa's ecosystems in partnership with local communities and governments. He was named Chief Impact Officer at Better Up, a world-class coaching platform that helps people everywhere achieve their own version of peak performance, and serves on the Aspen Institute Commission on Information Disorder, which brought together critical voices across public, private, and civil society landscape to respond to today's mis- and disinformation crisis. Prince Harry served in the British Army for 10 years, rising to the rank of captain and undertaking 2 tours in Afghanistan. And I must say, it's been my absolute privilege to work with him. Prince Harry, over to you, sir.
So I I love listening to that. But yeah, just imagine people as impressive as Dr. Jill Biden, Lloyd Austin, Ken Fisher, Colin Powell, even Barack Obama. Just imagine these people must have seen something in him. It's not just like it wasn't just his good looks or anything like that, but it's his gift. They saw his gift. They were able to see his gift, and they saw what he had to offer to the military community. And that is why they throw their support behind him. That is exactly why. In spite of all of the undermining that they tried to do and still trying to do, none of it sticks. None of it. B. Martim, I'm so glad you're here, and thank you so much for supporting Royal Sussex and all the rest of our Sussex-friendly spaces. Thank you very much, and thank you for the super chat. But yeah, that must obviously there was something in him, and they picked up on that immediately. His sincerity, candor, honesty, and curiosity, always trying to learn to do things better and trying to help people with things that he's learned, helping himself. I mean, he's on a mission. That's his life's work, helping people. And that's the award that he received. Colin Powell actually joked that the visitors to this annual event, that the median age was much lower than years past, meaning, of course, there was a lot of young ladies that were there that otherwise probably wouldn't have bothered, but they heard that Prince Harry was going to be there. So it made a huge difference for the turnout that particular night. And another occasion was when Harry went to the Capitol building. There, every time, he would stop somewhere and look at something. I think Senator John McCain was the one that hosted his visit, and there were women, like all of these young ladies. I thought one of them were going to go over the railing. I really did, because they were like craning their necks and squeezing, looking around corners and stuff to try to catch a glimpse of Prince Harry. So it was like the Beatles had come to the United States Capitol. Yulibi, thank you so much for the super sticker. And of course, thank you for being here tonight on Royal Sussex. So if you take a look here, you can see the big news that we learned overnight. Korea launches bid to host Invictus Game 2029. Well, that's not that far away, but it ain't just around the corner either. Definitely gives them time to prepare. But 2029? Gosh, that seems so far away. But not really. I mean, you want to be prepared, right? So Korea launches bid for the 2029 games. To everyone, and an affectionate, sincere, and big good luck inclusion, sharing gratitude toward those who have served and continue to serve their homelands with honor. This is the spirit of the Invictus game, dedicated to those who have suffered permanent trauma or disabilities by wearing the uniform. Together with the Defense General Staff, we are working to start the application procedures so that Italy, oh, that's the one for Italy, can host. Oh my goodness, it was so. Let me just put it to you like this. Not everybody is a fan of Italy hosting the event. I'm sure they'll do just fine. Italy is used to big events, but I actually heard a couple of people that that was not thrilled about it. But yeah, I think it should go to Korea. It needs to go to Asia. Just because otherwise it hasn't been to Asia, it hasn't been to Africa. So those are the two places that should be up next, Asia and Africa, in whatever order. But they ought to take it out of Europe, take it out of North America, and send it to either Asia or Africa. Yeah, one or the other. Okay. All right. Okay, I'm looking at your comments here. Oh, I like this one. William is not capable with Harry. Harry is way over than him. William have a lot work to do to meet him in this high. Exactly. William is so inadequate and so beneath Harry in so many respects. YM Droid says, I heard a dog bark in Australia has launched their bid for the Commonwealth Games after confirming that will not make the flight. Perhaps the dingo ate the confirmation. Yes, perhaps the dingo ate the confirmation. There are people that are still talking trash about Williams' no-show. I think I heard this one lady, this commentator said, it's not like Australia is going to get any closer to the UK. The distance is the distance, and if you intend to come, you'll come. If you don't want to visit, then we'll find out. But yeah, they're going to end up losing Australia. I believe the prime minister they have now is already interested in, or he has spoken in the past about leaving the Commonwealth. So thank you so much, YM Droid. And thank you so much for being here tonight. And thanks for being a member of Royal Sussex. And so there you go. No wonder the guys from Korea was getting so cozy with Harry. I mean, they were all over him like a cheap suit. But, of course, Harry is cordial with everyone, obviously, because, I mean, he is a global leader. So, of course, he was cordial with everyone. And he might actually fancy having the games in South Korea. Maybe. We'll see. And look at there. They tried to hypnotize him by waving that Korean flag in his face all day. They were trying to cast a spell on him to somehow win favor, but I think that flag is oversized for the confines there. But yeah, he's waving that flag, trying to hypnotize Harry into putting the bid in for them. DR, thank you so much for the PayPal. And thank you as always for watching Royal Sussex. Now, I want to take you guys back to another Invictus game. I believe this was in Toronto, but take a look there. One of the competitors is actually knocked out. Now, I heard that there is a community atmosphere where people go out for beers, and it's like wherever you go, you're always going to find an Irish pub. But yeah, there was some partying that took place, not to say that this guy was involved in it, but much to his surprise, he was laying there knocked out, and Harry just kind of caught sight of him, or someone either that or told him or whatever. And so Harry's just standing there watching him sleep and sleep and sleep. And then eventually he jumps up like, what the? Well, you know what? It looks like Team Australia. Maybe the distance, or is it Austria? Looks like Australia. Maybe the distance was a bit too much for him. But you can see he's sleeping. Then he realizes he's wiping the drool off his face. And still, I'm not sure he's completely awake. But gotta love it. That is one to tell the grandkids, right? That time that I was asleep on the bleachers and Prince Harry came and woke me up. Let's see. Judy says, Baron, you need to make a cruise for a meet and greet. Oh, you mean like a cruise for squatties to meet and greet? That would be fun. I've never actually been on a cruise ship before. So yeah, I would love to do that. I don't know when, but I'm thinking sometime next year. But yeah, I would love to do that. Gosh, that would be so much fun, because otherwise, when would I ever take a cruise? Okay. Oh, and by the way, thank you for the super chat. Now, this is also from last year. The young lady right there, I believe she went to the Invictus game, but somehow she didn't get a chance to see Harry or something like that. Something happened. I couldn't find the article that went along with it, or it was perhaps a tweet. Probably not a magazine or paper. It was probably from a tweet, and I could not find it. But I do recall the story that her coworkers had actually got a cardboard cutout of Prince Harry and surprised her when she got back to work. He was at her desk waiting for her. So some coworkers, I wish everyone had, I guess, kind, fun, loving employee or coworkers like that. And well, I tell you, not a moment's peace. Not a moment's peace. And what I mean by that, peace is supposed to be working, and I'm sure she is, but somehow she found time to go and visit Derek. It even says right there, give it up for Derek. He is the reason why the Nigerian team, wait a minute, is that what that says? Oh, yeah. The Nigerian team is part of the Invictus family, and he is also actively involved in bringing Team Kenya on board. Derek is from Ghana, but I have adopted him. He is an honorary Nigerian because I said so. So there you go. He is an honorary Nigerian. So this is the guy that Prince Harry honored yesterday. For his participation in bringing Nigeria on board to the Invictus Games. So let me see. Do I have that from yesterday? I know I do. I'm just trying to sort it out. Oh, yeah, there it is right there. Is it? Yeah, there we go. And you know what? That's not it. Huh, and I was so certain. Okay, there it is right there. No, seriously, I got it this time. There it is right there. Okay, if that's that one, then that's okay. I think this is it. Yes, there you go. There you go. So he got a special recognition from the Prince, the People's Prince, the People's Prince. Oh, great. You're on tonight. Thank you so much for letting me know. I fixed it yesterday. And of course, Lydia reminded me just in case I forgot to fix it. Thank you for that, Lydia. All you have to do is have someone say hi to me, and I've even forgot all about it. Oh, let's see here. Thank you. Let me see, who is this from? Thank you, MD, for the PayPal. And thank you for watching Royal Sussex. All right. And, well, if you take a look there, now, you guys, I'm just going to say it. That David Weissman looks good in a suit, doesn't he? And you know he's a tall drink of water. I think he's about 6'5" or 6'6", 6'7", whatever he is. He looks good in the suit. And I have to say too that bruh Derek don't look bad either. Derek looks good in the suit. Harry looks good in the suit. And of course, if you take a look there on the right, there is some of the military people, I think from Nigeria. Yeah, that's them visiting. Derek seems to be quite popular with everybody, which is very, very cool. And he seems very, very quiet and refined and very soft-spoken, right? Well, I will dispel you, or how do they say it? I will disabuse you of that notion. Give me just a second here, because if you ask me, he is a party just waiting to happen. Wait a minute. Okay, I think this is it. No, it's not. I can't read that print. Okay, let me get out the chair and lean into the screen so I can find it. Is that it? Or is that it? And that certainly ain't it. And that's not it. Oh man, I can't see that. Never mind. I can't see it. I can't see a flipping thing. Too small. Huh. Okay, I'm just gonna try one. Let me see what happens here. Oh wait, watch this. Look at
for Canada.
suspect that Buddy, I don't know, what do you guys think? Is Buddy a guy or a girl? Not that it matters, but I think Buddy.
Try for Canada. Number 20.
One more time.
Try for Canada. Number 20.
Yeah, Buddy is like a little bit too giddy. Buddy act like he had a sip of my coffee. Oh, or Buddy kind of bounces like Buddy had a medical brownie or something, right?
Try for Canada. Number 20.
Yeah. Somebody's got glaucoma. Oh, yeah. Some of the tiny print is a bit of a chore for me, so never mind. I don't want to keep leaning until I push the computer over. Okay, so there you go. And then here, turns out that Macklemore, I'm guessing that this photo may be like a little Photoshop or something like that. I don't think he's actually holding the book. But he says here, had to support my bros book. Honored he wrote this stuff about me. So a little humor from Macklemore. This guy is a legend on the stage. If you didn't get a chance to see him perform, I have never seen anybody with so much stage presence. Well, at least not in a long time. But this guy worked that room. And they said because of that tweet, that interest in the Spare has had a bit of a rebound. And as you can see on the Amazon charts, it is back in the third place position for a book that was released in January? And it's already back in the third place. How about that? How did that happen? It's already back in the third place on Amazon. So you may remember the soldier from Denmark. Well, there he is right there. He's actually at the games. I don't know if he's participating, but he is there. I don't suspect he is, but perhaps he is. I don't know. But you probably remember him. Apparently, he lost a lot of weight. You almost would miss it if you weren't paying attention to the Heart of Invictus. But it seems as though he lost a lot of weight. And of course, he was suffering or is suffering from PTSD. So I believe he became a bit of a recluse. And couple that with the global pandemic, which, wreaked havoc with everybody's waistline. And so he had problems. But by the, certain point in the Heart of Invictus, things gotten better for him. So it looks like he's in a good place there. So if that's any indication, I hope he is. Yeah, he looks great, right? He looks great. And I love the way he was able to be around family again. That was very touching because I just think that he would benefit from having his family with him as opposed to without him. But, for whatever reason, when he decided that he couldn't, well, you got to listen to a person when they say that they would rather not, because only they know what they're going through. So I'm glad that he was able to have that close relationship with his kids again. Very, very important, not just for him, but for the children. And it seemed like they love him so much. They just, one thing about children. When children are happy, then you know they're loved. When they're that happy, you know they're loved. When their spirits are free, when they're you know, got all the energy of a child, that's always a good sign. So looks like the whole family is healing. Now, I don't know who she is. I'm going to just say, I don't know who she is. I feel like I should know who she is. I'm imagining she's from Romania, but it's not Yulia. I don't know who that is. And then here you can see Harry kind of tucked away here. Now, the lady with the hat, such a sweet interview that she had. And I'm going to share it with you. Yes, I am going to share it with you, I promise. Hey, did I tell you guys I'm going to share it with you? I mean business. I am going to share it with you. Just as I soon. Oh, that's it. I didn't upload it yet. That's why I can't find it. That's okay. It only takes a second. So, where did everyone summer? Since we have the time, where did everyone summer? Martha's Vineyard, the Hamptons, Roanoke Island, the Catskills, Tupelo, Mississippi. Oh, man. Yeah, give it a second, you guys. It's coming. In the meantime, let me take a look at a couple of your comments. Let me see. Oh, she is from Kenya. Oh, the lady with that colorful hat from Kenya. She has a very sweet interview. I'm gonna play it for you guys. Hey, Anastasia. Oh, that's good. That's good. That's good. We got to start them young, Anastasia. We got to start them young. Yeah, we'll make her a moderator too. We'll make her a moderator. She couldn't do any worse. Speaking of which, I got the what for from one of the derangers. I will share it with you, but some deranger, I'll wait to the end, of course, I'll hold you in suspense. Some deranger told me a thing or two. Actually, it was a thing. It wasn't that long. But let me see where we are with this. Okay, I guess I could show you right now. I'll show you right now. I'm not afraid. Now, you guys, take this any way you want to, but I have been found out. Yes, I have been found out. Royal Sussex is a fraud. That's what this person says. Royal Sussex is a fraud. So, in case you guys had a suspicion, it is true. A complete, utter fraud. I don't know how you haven't discovered my ill intentions in 1,200 videos and some 22 million hours of watch time. You've had ample opportunity to figure me out. But this deranged person went into the chats, and in one day they have, I guess they started strumming my pain with her fingers, singing my life with her words, killing me softly with her song, killing me softly with her song, telling my whole life with her song, killing me softly. I'm a fraud. Oh, man. So, yeah, that actually happened. And thank you to the moderator who lifted that off of the pages of the comment section. You know, I started to leave it there because I thought it was funny. I was howling when I saw that. Royal Sussex is a fraud. What are you, 12? Royal Sussex is a fraud. Okay, where did I leave off? Oh, the video is ready. The video is ready. So let me get back to where I'm supposed to be. And then I will show you that lady's interview. Where was it? Oh, right there. Okay, so there she is with the colorful hat. Now, let me... Oh, wait, how do I want to do that? Okay, give me a second. I heard I was full of BS. I heard I was a fraud. And so I read her comment and I said, oh, Lord. And there was a deranger, full of evil and anger, strumming my pain. Oh, okay, here we go.
For the first time. This was 2 days ago you met him for the first time.
Last night.
Yeah. Oh, last night.
Last night. Yeah.
So what was that like?
I don't know. It was surreal. It was just, you know, one of those moments I can't really say, because we read about a lot about him and you see him on TV and there's all these notions we think about him, but you know, meeting him in person just it changed everything, because for me I realized like he's so human and he's so down to earth and very he connects with the people. And you know, there was an incident when we were sitting at the stand and there was this guy that came and he was like, please, Prince Harry, could you hold this picture of, I think it was a family member that had passed away during the war, and he wanted a photo of Prince Harry holding the picture of the family member. And I was thinking, I was so nervous because I thought like, that was, and he just went like, oh, is this your family member? Yeah, sure, no problem. And he held the picture and I just thought to myself, look at that. That's his. I am still like soaking it in, but I think these are some of the leaders that we need in this world. People.
Okay, so you had a chance to see that interview, and I could understand why she felt a little nervous because, you know, people make a lot of demands, but Harry has made himself so available to just about everyone. I kind of feel like with all of those people there, I would imagine that every warrior, wounded warrior, injured soldier, sailor, I would imagine everybody gets face time with Harry. Or Harry finds the people who need that face time the most. I believe he goes and finds them. And I'll show you a couple of examples of that as we go along. But wow, and you have to have a lot of energy to keep that up. So, and then too, you'll notice that a lot of times he finds himself like in the middle of like a group of people here and there, instead of sitting on the very front and everything. He kind of just mixes himself in with the crowd. And right there, oh, is that irrelevant? Nobody in Hollywood wants to talk to him, and he's his wife is running for president one day. Is that Harry sitting right there with a former United States senator, as well as what is he, the Secretary of the Navy and something. Is that who Harry is sitting next to? I think so. Huh, how interesting. I didn't think people wanted to be seen with him. Well, obviously, they got it wrong. I never suspected that was the case, but they got it wrong. And take a look here. Boris Pistorius, Federal Minister of Defense, Germany. Bill Nelson, NSA Administrator with Mohammed Bandaru Abu Bakr. Something, what is that? Kanini something, Defense Minister of Nigeria. Is that Colonel something? Anyway, may God give you power to succeed. That is on this person's Twitter, who is celebrating the fact that the defense minister is there. And of course, there he is. You know, the types of connections that people are making at this Invictus game is very impressive. Like, for instance, when would you have seen a Nigerian high-ranking official with an American high-ranking official at a sports event like this? And there in the middle of all of it is our darling Prince Harry. And also speaking to the German Defense Minister, Pistorius, which you can see the two of them there. And over a conference table, they're working out some things that they have in common. So all of it looks pretty cool. Oh, is that right? There's someone from NATO? I had no idea. Thank you. So, as I said, I believe just about everybody's going to end up getting some type of FaceTime, all of the athletes, there's some 550 of them. So I don't know if he's going to make it to all 550, but he's going to see a lot of them. This guy right here on the left, you can see he's assisting him wherever they were headed to. And then they have a group shot right there, which I thought was really cool. Is that his? Is that the Dior? That's the one that he wore in Japan, right? Is that the Dior, or was it Japan or Indonesia? Whatever it is, but he's wearing his Dior jacket again. Very cool. Almost didn't recognize it, but I recognize the cut of it now. And right here, I guess this kid is taking his hat off to salute Harry, or he's trying to encourage Harry. I'm not sure exactly what he's doing, but you know what they say, kids say some of the darndest things. Oh, you're right. He did photobomb him, right? Let's see. Oh, not this one though, right? Bill Nelson photobombed the picture Prince Harry took with two little boys. I thought he looked familiar. Oh, okay. So it's another photo. Gosh, I would like to see that one. But look at everyone smiling. Everybody's having a good time. I'm telling you, if you all couldn't make it, you're in good company, because I couldn't make it either. But people are having a wonderful time. I mean, every time people are calling into Spaces, and I was listening to Spaces last night and this morning, and people are just like screaming into the phone. Okay. And Rhonda McKnight says, Bill Nelson photobombed the picture Harry took with those two little boys. I thought he looked familiar. Oh, I did that one already, didn't I? Sorry about that. And see what I mean here? See what I mean? Now, at some point, even, this guy who seemed to be sitting off by himself, and I'm just saying it seems that way because I can't see the rest of the room, but imagine you're going to the Invictus game and without even making much of an effort, all of a sudden you got some private one-on-one FaceTime with Prince Harry. I mean, that's extraordinary, especially with all the demands that there is on his schedule. And there you are just sitting on some bench somewhere in the corner of the gymnasium or wherever they are. And you're sitting there and you're having like a one-on-one with Prince Harry. Could not have made that up. That is very cool. Okay. All right. Oh boy. My back. I need to stand up. It's been raining. It's been raining for about 24 hours. And my back feels like it's been raining for about 24 hours. Everything is tender. And then this group right here. So you got the US, I believe is that New Zealand or Australia? And Jordan. I think that's the Jordanian flag. But yeah, so you got the three of them there. Very cool. So those must be the medal winners. Yeah, they got their medal. So it looked like Jordan took the gold or maybe the bronze. Hard to tell, but I'm sure Jordan has the silver. Is that Jordan? I think it's Jordan. And look at Captain Italia. Ladies and gentlemen, it is I, Captain Italia. Now, I don't want to be the one to say it, but, superheroes, they either have like a English accent or they have an American accent. I don't know how safe I would feel if suddenly my car was like teetering on the edge of a cliff and I screamed for help and all of a sudden, it is I, Captain Italia. I don't know how safe I would feel if Captain Italia showed up. I mean, what are you going to do? Lift my car with a counterweight of what is it, gelato? Are you going to lasso my car and pull it back with magic pasta or something? Exactly what is the secret powers of Captain Italia, which looks weirdly like Captain America in some regards. And by the way, to the Italian American community, oh no, I don't have any Italian in my DNA. So yeah. Well, I can do Irish jokes and Welsh jokes. I got a little of this and that. But no, I guess I can't really do anything Italian. Wait, let me see. I happen to have my DNA handy. I like to know. I like to know what ethnic jokes I'm okay to use. Hold on a second. Where's my DNA? I can do Nigerian jokes. Let me see here. Although I'm showing great restraint. Let me see. Man, I just had that and now I don't know what I did with it. Let me check my phone. I took a screenshot of it. I mean, it's good to know what your DNA is. So that way, if you get in trouble for insensitive jokes, you could always say, wait a minute. According to my DNA, my 21andMe or whatever I use, I am, let me see. So 21% Congo, Western Bantu people, Cameroon, little Mali. Oh, 19% Nigerian. And some Ivory Coast and Benin, Togo. That's Nigeria, right? A little Welsh, a little pinch of Northern English, little pinch of Ireland, yeah, a little pinch of Norwegian. How did that happen? And just a hint of Senegal. So I don't see any Italian. So wait a minute. Where is yeah, I don't see any Italian. Were any of those like okay, never mind. Never mind. All right, so I'm gonna have to ease up on Captain Italia. Uh, uh, oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it's a little Congo in there. Okay. Harry was painting a bench today with yellow paint with the help of others. I missed that. I would love to see that. Yes, noticeable people from all around the all around the world. Oh, let's see, Australian gold uniform with big white stars on the flag. New Zealand has smaller southern cross stars. Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, I can never remember which is which. I always have trouble with that. I guess I need to just take one good look one day so I can see it spot on. Okay. Well, now, wait a minute. Take a look at Captain Italia's arm. I mean, he's kind of ripped there, right? Look at those guns. Look at those guns. Kind of ripped. So this is something people are trying to figure out. Who is this person? Well, I'm here to tell you, I still don't know. But Harry has met these sketch artists. Yeah. Apparently, she found a way to find him, or someone referred him, or something. But as you can see, I don't know if they're a couple or not, but maybe they're both volunteers. I don't know. But whatever the case may be, she showed him the photo. And if you could not make it out with those baby boomer eyes of yours, that's Princess Diana on the left, wearing the famous Elvis dress. And of course, that's Harry on the right, wearing that uniform. Yeah, that's Harry on the right, wearing that uniform. The uniform. And let's see, Invictus Games, it's like a true rebirth, says Ukrainian army medic who was captured and tortured. I have lost some of my brothers in arms and I felt so helpless, but the games have put me back on track, says 20. Oh, I was about to say, she ain't no 26 years old. 26 years old, Seaman, wait a minute. Oh, yeah, Seaman Lane. Well, I cannot make out that name for nothing. But anyway, oh, so maybe this article is not about her. Oh, well, that's okay. Well, she was a medic. I thought it was her, but I think it's someone else. I even brought that photo over, but never mind. Now, take a look at the contrast. Harry with his brothers in arms, with his fellow soldiers, and Charles, well, he's not really a soldier, sailor. And, well, nope, he didn't stay long enough. And, well, he used to play hooky. He didn't show up for work most days. So I don't know which one of them actually had some military experience. Well, I guess they all had a bit of experience, but none of them have ever seen battle. Only Harry and perhaps those people that are arm in arm with him. So that is the mother of all contrasts right there. The person in their family who most deserves to wear the uniform has been roundly prohibited by his father and his brother and all of those courtiers. But Harry has made it very clear that the uniform does not define who he is as a person. It is his service that will define him. So, here. And this is a nice, wide, long angle view of the control board. I do believe these guys are controlling the lights and the sound with computers. Looks like the best seat in the house, but whatever the case is, they are there to make sure that everything looks good. And lastly, is this the last one? Yeah, this is the last one. Again, I'm so proud of Harry. I think he is doing amazing work. Very vital, very important work, and very beneficial to the wounded warriors, soldiers, sailors, airmen, whatever. I know that his work is paying off in a huge way, and that so many people have told their story about how they were at the end of their rope, literally, figuratively, and then they heard something about these Invictus games, and suddenly more than a handful of them have found a renewed purpose, a renewed sense of purpose, and that is the real beauty of the Invictus games. So if you guys have not watched the Invictus, Heart of Invictus on Netflix, please make sure you do that. And there is almost 1,600 people in the chat right now. Well, watching right now. Please take the time to subscribe. You wouldn't believe how many people watch every day and just don't want to believe that they need to subscribe. Also, some people just don't know how. And if you can get some help from someone, I'd appreciate it. So, as per usual, thank you so much to the moderators for keeping this a safe space. And thank you to the mystery donors on the oh, wait a minute. Is there a third one? Let me see. Oh, PNP. Thank you very much for the PayPal. I just noticed that. So there was 3 of them today. Thank you very much. Let me see here. Anyway, I'm going to look at a couple of your comments before I go. And again, thank you very much. If you are trying to figure out how can I watch the Invictus game, if I can watch the closing ceremony, go to the community tab. Now, here's what's different about the community tab today. I added a second way to view things. So the first, of course, is just go to their, let me see here. It says Home for Respect at the top. It's in the community tab, which is at the top of the screen. And there's a link to watch it on YouTube. But the last thing I posted was CBC Sports. That's right, CBC. I think that's from Canada, right? Well, CBC actually has identical programming from the Invictus games, but in English. So if you're struggling to hear over, I've just clicked over it on it right now. As a matter of fact, I'm going to give you guys the link. But and looks like, is that a relay race or the 100-meter or something like that? But they're about to run a race right now. So there is the link. And I'm going to pin it to the top of the chat. So if you want to go over to the CBC, that is the link for the CBC. and you can check out the festivities in English if you're more comfortable with that. Okay. So there it is. I'm going to pin that to the top of the chat. And voila. So if you want to check out the activities in English instead of listening to it in German, again, the link is right there. Oh, also they had a moment of silence today for the 9/11 at the Invictus Games. They had a moment of silence. Oh, you said CBS Sports is also streaming? Okay. Well, whichever one works. I know I looked at the CBC myself earlier, but yeah, some of these networks have more than one channel doing the same thing, where they can just run certain shows 24 hours a day. And I do believe there is a 24-hour CBS channel that you can stream. And I believe it's free, or it's free with your cable. So, as I mentioned earlier, that I was having a weird day. Now, this is going to really bake your noodle. I haven't been to bed yet. I was up all night posting shorts, and it got good to me. And I just kept looking for the next short and the next short. So if you felt like your phone was about to explode because of notifications from Royal Sussex, I think I posted like maybe 8, maybe 10 shorts last night. So I haven't been to sleep yet. I know I had to go and run an errand, and I am not tired. I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm just tired. So I think I'm going to pass out as soon as I'm through. I'm going to sit at the kitchen table and fall asleep just like the mama on Cooley High. I'm going to do just like the mama on Cooley High. I'm just going to sit at the table and talk about working for them people and just pass out. Let me see. Oh, Lady T. No tea, no trouble. I'm glad to do it. And that is why it was possible, because I haven't fallen asleep yet. But I was listening to some music earlier to keep myself sharp. So I was listening to, what was that? Rent 525,600 minutes. 525,000 something. But yeah, I was listening to that. I was getting down too. And I was listening to some house music. Remember that song, Dr. Love? He can cure my everything. He can make me well again. Dr. Love. Dr. Love. I needed a major operation. I was jamming, y'all. You know I love me some house music. You better believe I knew just where to start. He took me in as patient. I know I'm just as punchy as I could be right now. Let me see here. Dr. Love. You know what? Anne from Duchess of Success, she's been watching every morning lately because I was coming on so late. I hope I'm not going to ruin her wake-up time. If I'm not on, maybe that won't wake her up. Huh. That's something to think about. Okay, so Sherry says, I have a list. Let me find it. Dr. Love. Oh, you know what? I wanted to share these photos, but I could do it tomorrow. Or do you guys have time? You want me to share it now? I will. Give me a second. I will share it now. Harry was being the life of the party. So if you guys have to go, go ahead and bounce out of here. But I'm just gonna. Oh,
Try.
yeah, I was trying to remove that. I got to show these photos of our Prince Harry. He is a hoot. Okay, that's not it. That was from yesterday. So, as you know, people have been noticing Harry's very spiffy, very sharp footwear, right? And I forgot that I had just uploaded these photos before I went on, but I certainly didn't have time to add them to today's slides. But I'm going to remedy that right now. But they're so adorable. You have to see it. You have to see it for yourself. Okay. Someday we'll be together. You're far away from me, my love. Okay, you know what? I don't see the photos. Okay, wait. Give me a chance. Oh, that's better. That's better. You know what? It's in my phone, but not on my PC. But I can remedy that very quickly. So I go here and select, right? Oh, and this one too. Okay, I got like 5 photos I need to show you. 6. 7. 8. Hell, I won't even have to come on tomorrow. 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, yeah, you guys don't go anywhere. I got like 12 photos I'm going to share. Okay, so now I didn't get a chance to dress these up. You know, I like to. Did you guys notice the colorful backgrounds that I use for my photos? I take a very, I take a lot of pride in my photos that I upload. I want them to be appealing. So, okay. You can count down with me. That's 1, 2 photos, right? I said I had 12. So there's 3. We're almost there. Don't go anywhere. So there's 3. Oh, wait. Oh, that is adorable. You guys are going to love this. If you're not on Twitter or Instagram, you probably have not seen them. So just bear with me. I mean, these were literally hot off the presses. Hot off the presses. Almost there. Almost there. I needed a major operation. You better believe in you just where to start. He took me in as patient. All right. There's no need for me to eat an apple every day. They don't write songs like that no more. I wonder why. Okay, speaking of songs, Do you guys know that they substituted the song and that Kamala Harris was dancing to? Now, because I'm a gentleman, I will not tell you what song they substituted because it is so dreadful. You hear me? Dreadful. But they substituted the hip hop song that she was jamming to, and they put something with some very vulgar and lurid lyrics. I was absolutely appalled. I was appalled and surprised I didn't think of it first. No, seriously, though, I wouldn't do that to Kamala. Okay, so this is what's going to happen next. I am going to have to open up another screen because after I'm on for a while, it won't let me just share it. So you don't have to do anything. Just give me like 1 minute and I'm all over it like a cheap suit. Okay, so here's the new screen. And the slides are coming up. Christmas kind of smile. It's like he's a little kid. Yeah, very, very cute. Very cute. He is showing off his new kicks. It's like, look at what I got for Christmas. And take a look at the next one. Oh, same thing. And this is, okay, Harry steps out solo for a second day of competition at Invictus Games Dusseldorf. Who cares about that right there? But anyway, I want you to see this athlete. Apparently, this man has lost vision or may have lost a great deal of his vision. I noticed that when he runs, that he hangs on to a tether, and the person with the tether helps to guide him down the track, right? And look at there. It appears, I think he won the gold medal. I think he has won the gold medal. And there's this one. One thing Prince Harry is going to do at the Invictus game is plant a sweet kiss on head of a bald veteran. And as you can see there, the one on the left, that happened at the Hague. Oh no, that's 2017 with a gold medalist, Maurice Manuel, in 2017. And then we don't know who this other guy is. But the one in the white shirt there, that's the new, the new person. I was going to say the new head. That sounds weird, but that's the new person. So Harry is planting a big kiss on top of his head. And take a look at this. It kind of gives you an idea of what Harry was able to see. I believe this one is from The Hague. I think this is the stage from The Hague. You remember it had that X shape to it? And yeah, I believe that's The Hague. So that was the room that they were in at The Hague. But compare that to the room that they're in with the 20,000 seats. I think the new place is so much bigger than this one. Let me see. Do I have a photo of it? Let me see if I have a photo of it. No, I think it was from the 10th yesterday. Oh, yeah, I did share it yesterday, didn't I? Was that it? No, that's not it. Huh. Oh, there we go. Well, you can't really see it so well here, but I think you may have seen it on some other photos. But it is a huge, huge space. Um, so much so that they actually have, I think, maybe 2 or 3 different sports going on the main floor at the same time. While well, let's see, one side I think is for the opening and closing ceremony, and then the other portions of it they're using it for events. So there you go. And then there's that's Harry's friend JJ. JJ works on television. I think it's the ITV, or I forgot where he works. And then of course that looks like some squatties over there on the left side. I think so, maybe. No, I think that's one competitor. Yeah, I think there's one competitor, and I guess the other 2 are her supporters. So there you go. So Harry has, I told you, it seems like everybody gets FaceTime with Harry, including Bill Nelson. How about that? Have you seen a smile like that? Ever since Martha Ray, who used to do those Polydent commercials, ever since we lost Martha Ray, I have not seen a smile like that in probably 40 years. How long ago did Martha Ray die? Anyway, that is a big Martha Ray Polydent smile. Huge Polydent smile. Oh, man. And that's it. Okay, so that's it, you guys. Those were the photos that I managed to grab just before I went on today. So with that, we are done, and I will see you all tomorrow. It has been a pleasure as per usual. And you know what? Now I'm not even sleepy. You know how that is when you haven't slept, then all of a sudden you're not sleepy. All right, so good night to our queens. And our last, Facts and 2 Cents is on? Oh, well, you guys got to get over to Facts and 2 Cents. How long has she been on? Anybody got the link? I'm going to listen anyway until I fall out and go to sleep. Let me find Facts and 2 Cents. Oh, it looks like she just came on, right? Okay, I'm getting the link right now. Oh, and I got the list too. I almost forgot about that. So there's Facts and 2 Cents. That is Petal. Make sure you guys go over there and like and subscribe and share. You know the drill. Okay, I'm going to pin that to the top of the chat. Okay, I'm replacing the pin, right? Talking myself through it because I'm a little sleepy. Really? Anita's doing a birthday call-in? When? That's the 15th, right? It is the 15th she's doing it, right? Oh, I know what you mean, where you can call and leave a message and then she shares the best of them, right? I remember she did that before. Oh, and yes, I was supposed to talk about Meghan's photo, and that's all. I'm going to talk about it. It looks like a pap photo, so I'm not going to share it. So technically, I did put it on the thumbnail. We are talking about it. I'm just not going to show the photo. I hate it. It is so intrusive, absolutely intrusive. Although I have to say she looks absolutely beautiful and she has that big, gorgeous smile. But otherwise, I am morally opposed to people using those types of images of our Duchess. So if anybody asks you, remember to say that I put my foot down about it. So I'm going to go so I can go see it again. I'm going to go so I can go and see it again. I was wondering if it was from today. That's what the thing is. I'm not even sure that the photo is new. You know, sometimes the tabloid media will hang on to a photo until they're ready to share it, usually at a point where it could cause embarrassment for the Sussexes or what they hope is an embarrassing situation. So I never assumed that any of those images are brand new. I just assumed that they were holding it until the most uncomfortable moment to release it. So that's what I have to say about that. Now, if you guys have seen the photo, no judgment. We all like to see our Duchess, and that's just the way it is. But, okay. So anyway, you guys, Pedo of Facts and Two Cents, she has only just started. I'm going to go over there and listen. And did I just see? I just saw purple. That sounds weird, doesn't it? I just saw VS. There you go. Okay, I got to get some sleep. I'm losing my mind right now. Oh, okay. What was I saying? Elaine, are you okay? Elaine had a bit of a tumble. Well, Elaine, listen. If you are not certain that you're okay, please go and get some help. I mean, do you know how many people have taken a good look at me and said, you know what? He needs some help. And I have responded in kind. I have gone to go and get some help. I mean, anybody who ever looked at me is probably at some point or the other said, that man needs some help. Or sometimes they just say, he needs Jesus. Okay. What was I looking for? I was looking on my phone for something. What was I looking for? Anybody remember? I was looking for something. That's interesting. What was I looking for? I'm holding my phone. I'm looking through my phone, and now I can't remember. Oh, the list. Thank you, Sherry. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much, Connie Balmer, Rick, Elaine Parker, I Heart Sussex World, Black Queen for 15 months of continued membership. 15 months of continued membership. And thank you, B. Martim, for both super chats or stickers. Ulibi, thank you, and YM Droid. And of course, the people who sent the PayPals, and Judy Maxicid and Lynn E., who fought courageously to get back into the chat. Still don't know what happened, but I'm glad you're here. And also the other PayPal. So thank you very much. I am going to go and lay across the bed like I'm filming a Sealy Posturepedic commercial. And I'm going to listen to Pedal. You know what? VS, I don't know if you noticed, but I posted a ton of shorts last night. I posted quite a few shorts, and I was up all night fooling with them shorts. That sounds weird too, but I was up all night fooling with my shorts. I couldn't leave my shorts alone. Every time I turned around, I was working on another short. So anyway, I uploaded a bunch of shorts. And I had to run an errand, so it was no sense in going to sleep. And then when I came home, I started working on Royal Sussex. And anyway, here I am. It is 7:09. And so I doubt if I'm going to fool around with my shorts tonight. I doubt if I'm going to fool with my shorts tonight. Tonight, I'm just going to sleep. So thank you all very much. And thank you for 36,000 subscribers. Couldn't have done it without you. And oh, congratulations for what? What did I miss? What's that one for? All right. Okay. Well, you know what? It is time to go. So, love you guys. I will see you all tomorrow. And remember, the word of the day is Baron, please go to sleep. I okay, so the Ginger Avenger. And I'm done. Okay, here we go. You know it's all about the bass, no treble. It's all about the bass, no treble. You see, my mama, she told me. Oh boy. You see, my mama, she told me, don't worry about your shorts. Okay, I'm done. Oh man, you guys going over the pedals now. I put the link at the top of the chat. I'm gonna go over there too. Oh, well, thank you, Victoria. I have no recollection of it. I have no idea what I said, but I'm pretty sure to come back to me later. Okay, see ya.